I don't know that I could be a kid today, because I have no idea what they do. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, growing up in Steubenville, Ohio, and the surrounding area, it seemed like we had non-stop action. It was constantly something to do. Downtown, we could go to the Hub, a department store spread out over several floors. Go to Kresge's, 5 and 10, McCrory's, 5 and 10. Go to Treasure Island, have the best hot dog ever, and it was a department store. Go to Burger Chef, get a hamburger, and sit in the window and people watch as they walked by. Go to the Grand Movie Theater and see movies. Go to the Ohio Novelty and play with little trinkets and toys and buy candy. Midtown, we had the Hollywood Plaza, which had Mr. Wiggs, another department store. We could go bowling, another movie theater. You can get ice cream cone over at the Dairy Queen, D'Angelo's Pizza. I would get my Mad magazine at Super X when it came out. Most of my local history came from the Union Cemetery, which was next door to it. Wintersville had another Mr. Wiggs department store, and Hart's. Hart's had a department store and on the other side a grocery store, and they had these 5 loaves of bread for $1, and they were still warm, and I would take them out to the car, and me and my dad would tear one apart and eat it while it was still warm. It was so good. And then the Fort Steuben Mall, which is the best place ever. I'm a mall rat. I will always be a mall rat, and I'm proud of it. I think it was the greatest achievement of Steubenville, Ohio, period. They had 3 movies to choose from: record stores, bookstores, the game room, where we spent hours playing Asteroids, Missile Command, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, air hockey. We would go to Kaufman's, ride the escalator up and down. All those wonderful places to eat. All those events, from the Labor Day telethon to indoor fishing. And we would stop and get free batteries at Radio Shack. St. John's Arena, where you could go see the Harlem Globetrotters or a Tough Man contest, or they had the Boy Scout Jamboree and all these other wonderful events. In Follinsby, there was a roller skating rink. They had golfing at a 3-part golf course. You could go downtown and hit a bucket of balls. They had a flea market once a week at the drive-in, and this was like a huge flea market. You can get an ice cream cone and sit on a bench at the Dairy Owl, and everybody would meet there. It was like a wonderful social meeting place. And the swimming pool. We would swim so long that we'd come out all pruny and baked and wear suntan lotion that had such a low rating on it back then that we weren't worried about the sun. Matter of fact, we used to lay out on blankets. On weekends, we would go to Jefferson Lake, me and my mom and dad, and first stop at Kentucky Fried Chicken and buy a bucket of chicken and all the fixins. And we'd take it out to the lake and sit on a bench, and I would go and pretend to fish. There was all the seasonal stuff to do, like the downtown Christmas parade in Steubenville, or driving around looking at the Christmas decorations and the carnivals. I love carnivals. When they would come, they would kind of make their rounds. They'd be a week at one place, like the Hollywood Shopping Plaza, and then they would show up out at Big Bear or Hart's, or go over to Weirton or over to Follinsby. We had the fall leaves at Union Cemetery, riding around looking at them, sled riding at the local college, fireworks at Les Belles on 4th of July. Then we did all the normal kids stuff, Saturday morning cartoons, Scooby-Doo being the best of them all, and all the sort of rip-off cartoons that Hanna-Barbera did, like Clue Club, and it was always some kids and some sort of animal solving crimes. We rode bicycles, we had snowball fights, endless board games, catchers, hide and go seek. I was a Cub Scout, Weeblo, and Boy Scout. I played Little League. And when all else failed, sometimes, rarely, but sometimes, we even did our homework. My first 20 years was fantastic, except for the homework. I have strong feelings against homework. But the rest of it was fantastic. As always, it's me, Camroy, here on YouTube.